Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Nick Teixeira, joined by Sean Green from To The Point Streaming, and tonight we have the CSC Challenger Series Division One. Sean, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. You just ran through that introduction so quickly. I have to tell you that. Will's usually like, "And how's everybody doing?" and like goes into it real slow. But man, Dirachi is in the house tonight with me tonight in the commentary booth. I cannot wait, buddy. It's gonna be a great
Absolutely
match
excited.
tonight.
Oh, I mean, we got Johnny Lackey versus Steve Deicher here. Two star-studded players, both averaging 4.7s or higher. It's going to be a barnyard shootout.
Yeah, we have Steve Deicher. Scuba Steve is from Green Bay, Wisconsin. He's playing at the Black Saddle bar. He's a Booyah sponsored player. Shout out to him. He finished 7th, 8th in the Booyah Cup finale this weekend, which in that field, that tells you all you need to know about the class of player that Steve Deicher is. Um, and he beat Sean Cathlish last week 9-6 to get to this match. So Sean Cathlish, our Division One CSC Challenger Series player, week one, who won, is out.
Done. It's over for him.
Man, and he's going up against Dr. Handsome himself, Mr. Johnny Lackey. Just a gorgeous human being, and I mean, they photoshopped that a little bit, but it's basically him. It's impressive. Pinehurst, Texas, playing at Thirsties. He is from Houston, Texas area. And average wise for these two guys, Steve is throwing a 4.94 with 16 9 marks, and Johnny is a 4.71 with 23 9 marks. And he beat Ian Hansen last week 9-6. So it's going to be an interesting battle here tonight, bud.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at this average spread, that's a 0.23 difference between them. So noticeable, but not huge margin. You have the sixth highest average for Steve there, with the 13th going to Johnny. So Johnny's kind of like the middle of the road as far as averages in this bracket. But I also know from his tournament experience that he's going to be very competitive and won't give anybody like any breaks. And I know Steve's going to have to bring his A game to respond to it.
No, absolutely, man. You're seeing in the chat here, Rick Hens is waiting on the winner of this match. So he's going to be paying close attention, maybe take some notes on how these two players do their business up there. But I'm excited to see what the rest of this bracket looks at, bud.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's so many great matches here. You can see I have the one right here for Steve versus Johnny with Rick waiting on the other end. But if we take a peek over at our winner's side here real quick, we have our top four decided if you want to run through them with me.
Yeah, so Ram Graveras is going to play Leonard Gates on tonight for a chance at the King's Seat match. Ram defeated John Edwards, and Soldier defeated Rick Hens. Soldier, of course, with the highest average in the CSC so far, and the Booyah Finale champion on Saturday night. He's averaging a 5.67 average in the CSC Challenger Series.
I don't even think I
and
can
his
count the 5, 6, 7.
That's stupid darts, man. That's so good. It really should make you sick. So Ram's gonna have his hands full, but Ram is a scrappy player who can really heavily score as well. So that would be a good matchup. And both of them Texas players. And you're seeing Jordan Meyer up at the top half there. Will be taking on our defending champion, Mr. Kenny Doyle. And do you want to tell everyone the Kenny Doyle stat that should shock pretty much anyone?
I believe you were telling me this earlier. So it was a 27 leg wins to 2 legs lost. That is
Total.
incredible out of all of his matches.
Yeah, he has a 95% win percentage, which he's in the final four of the winner's side. Like he's played some great players, and to only drop 2 legs total, that's insane, man.
I mean,
Who does that?
if you look at these top four players, and there's no way you could definitively say this guy's got it, it's over, right? But like Kenny Doyle's win percentage kind of makes you think a little bit twice. Like Soldier has the highest average, but then you have like Jordan Meyer, which has gotten just as far. Kenny Doyle has the most legs won in a row. There's some very interesting stats between these top players, and we even saw Ram shoot really well on stream as well.
Right, and that's going to be the key thing is who's going to close out these legs because whoever closes out these legs are going to win these matches. I know Jordan is looking for redemption from last year in the CSC Challenger Series against Kenny, so he's going to play his heart out in that one. And then Ram is looking to prove himself in Texas and become one of those big dogs, and he already is. But Leonard Gates taking down Soldier in the CSC Challenger Series has not been easy for anyone, and it will not be easy for him, but he can do it.
I just want to say a quick shout out to the chat here that we have both Johnny and Steve in chat before their match. Sit in here and watch along like they're not about to play on stream. I love it. How's it going, fellas?
So cool.
Uh,
They're trying to get insight from us, make sure we're not talking bad about them yet.
is that right? Well, let's go ahead and take a quick little peek over on the other end of the bracket here. You have Brian Dennis waiting to play Randy White. The winner gets Gary and Cole, and then the subsequent winner that gets Mike Carter there. Should be some
Yeah.
interesting matches.
Yeah, we saw Gary and Cole defeat Willie Walker on stream last week, and that was a very, very, very good match. Gary and Cole averaged a 6-2-9 in the last leg decider to win the match.
That'll do it.
Yeah, you can't do any better than that, really. And then you look down there, Brian Dennis is rolling through the loser side so far. He's got to keep it going, though. This is a big, important match this week because the winner this week doubles their money.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if you noticed that. So they get their money back. Yeah, and then you start winning money after that by a lot. It jumps quickly. Hunter Van Beek and Skylar Lapine there. Hunter, a very young gun player who's really shown up on the map pretty hard. Skylar, another younger guy, another Wisconsinite. So that's going to be an interesting battle too. You look down there and you got some Florida boys, right?
Yeah, this is the they call it the O-Town Showdown is what they were texting me about, trying to convince me to do this match, but I told them that we needed Dr. Handsome on for tonight. Nick Solopek, one of the longest playing Florida players, up there with Kenny, his practice partner and tournament partner for years. You got Christian Lopez, also known as Superman. Superman there has been playing for a few years now. In the last about 5 years, his average has really jumped up. For a long time, he was always that like consistent lower four player, and then this last couple of years, he's been in the fives more often than the fours.
Well, there you go. That sounds like that's going to be a great battle too. And you look down at the bottom of the bracket here, and that's that matchup that we have tonight. And man, there's no time like the present to get this bad boy rolling.
Let's get everything started.
I can't wait to shout out some Boom Goes the Wisconsinites, some Boom Goes the Dynamites tonight as you're looking here at Mr. Steve Deicher, Scuba Steve, which, by the way, guys, I have to point out this blasphemy. Nick Deicher did not know where the reference Scuba Steve came from.
Already getting called out. I've only been on this stream for like 13 minutes now.
Chad, I need you to let him know just how ridiculous that is, that he did not know Scuba Steve or the reference that came from. So, I mean,
you live and
listen.
learn. All right, I got a lot of catching up to do, so I'll go look up and watch any references that will be made by Sean and Will for the next 2 streams. I will personally go look up each reference and watch whatever it's from.
Good old Big Daddy, man. You gotta love it. Adam Sandler classic.
That's fair. I mean, you can't argue with Adam Sandler, so maybe I'm in the wrong for not watching it at this point.
You absolutely are, and I appreciate you finally admitting it.
Hey. Oh, go for it.
Did you know that tonight, A to Z Darts is doing a giveaway?
No way.
Hey, listen, we love A to Z Darts, and they are our exclusive sponsor here of the CSC Challenger Series. For today's stream, A to Z Darts is giving away the winner's choice of any standard 8-flight and shaft signature player or printed flights are excluded from this raffle. This is an all-exclusive system. The 8-flights and shafts are engineered to work together with a patented screw-tight mechanism. And A to Z Darts is having a big sale on all 8-flight products. Check out their website to save 15% on all 8-flights and shafts until the end of the month. The 8-flight system is one of the newer molded flight and shaft systems out there in the market. It has solved many common issues with its wonderfully engineered thread system. They sponsor American players such as Danny Baggish, Danny Lobby, Chris Lim, Stacy Pace, and Dr. Handsome himself, Mr. Johnny Lackey, as well as international superstars like Paul Lim and many more. If you're unfamiliar with this newer molded flight system, it's worth a shot to try it out on sale.
Do it. That's all I gotta say. Just do it. A2ZDarts.com. It's pinned on top on Facebook and on YouTube as well. If you're trying to find the link, go check out those 8 flight systems, everybody. And I just want to thank everyone for tuning in. To enter any giveaways that we're going to be running tonight, make sure to leave a comment on our Facebook feed and leave a like as well. Comment whatever you're feeling, the score line, whatever's on the top of your head, and then you'll automatically be entered in for a giveaway for the 8 flight system.
Yeah, guys, let us know where you're tuning in from. We always love to see that. I know we got a lot of Wisconsinites in the building tonight. And let us know who you got in tonight's matchup. Mr. Steve Deicher, Scuba Steve, taking on Dr. Handsome, Johnny Lackey. Little Wisconsin versus Texas battle. It's going to be a good one.
Sean, who do you have here? If you're asking the chat, you have to play along as well.
Oh, man, I haven't been asked this entire CSC, and thank you so much because my opinion is so important. I have to tell you, I have no idea. I think that Johnny is going to raise his average just from being on stream. He likes that type of atmosphere. He knows that he's playing on stream, and I think that he'll perform due to that. Steve, I'm not sure how he's going to react to being on stream, but he did do a great job this weekend every time he was on stream. And he is wearing a great USA Darts jersey. Did you see that?
Yeah, he's rocking a nice little jersey over there. So
little homage to this weekend and Mr. Will Stewart and all the great stuff that he did.
Oh, a wonderful broadcast over there. It was,
man.
If you weren't watching the Booyah Cup and the Dark Horse Classic, you were missing out.
I can tell you is I had a bad case of the FOMO going on for sure this past weekend.
Well, didn't you also knock your wife out of a tournament?
No. I just sent her to the loser side.
Oh, okay. Well, more respectable then.
You get lucky every once in a while, and I got lucky.
I feel like she wouldn't say she feels lucky after that.
Well, she should. I'm her husband.
All right. And we're just waiting for these players to get it started off here. I think they were getting their last few warm-ups in. So as soon as they're about done there, we'll be good to start it off.
I think the winning player tonight averages over a 5.
I would say at this point in the bracket, you have to. You have to. It's assumed that your opponent will every single time.
No, for sure. I said for sure. Darn it. There's the first of many.
The third one, actually.
Is it? Have you been counting?
Yes, absolutely.
Great. Awesome.
Absolutely.
Love it.
110% have been.
Ridiculous. Carlos says Lackey's average goes up 0.5 points just because of his hair.
He did say he did his hair for this.
I will tell you this. A lot of the best dart players in the world are actually bald. So
I wonder if there's like a reason behind it, and if you're trying to imply that you're about to be a great dart player.
No. What are you trying to say? My hairline's still there. You leave me alone.
I'm sorry, that was a little uncalled for, a little out of pocket on my end.
Well, I think Johnny's going to start off this one.
I think so.
Steve only gets 11 off the diddle. That's unlucky, honestly. Look at this. It's not over yet.
Oh.
Not over with yet.
Board. There he goes.
He
went
gets
left
it.
side.
He did.
Away from everything else. For anybody that was curious what you were watching there, that is the diddle or piddle, depending on where you're from. Since it is remote, they score 3 darts, and whoever scores the most points will get to go first.
Man, those were some darts to start off this thing. Scrappy might be the good way to start this thing. We'll see what happens.
Johnny just averaged a 5.67, just not the way you would think.
That was good. That was awesome.
Like, yeah, I've been working on this. I've been practicing in the mirror before coming on stream tonight. I was like looking. You even came in the call that we're in and said, "Are you talking to yourself?"
Yeah, that's true. You were practicing. I did catch you doing that. There is Johnny throwing right there. Only gets a 2 mark to start. Gives a little high five to himself as he walks back to the board. And Steve's going to try and take advantage.
I have one story with Johnny Lackey, and I feel like as these players are kind of getting comfortable, this is the most appropriate time to tell it.
Probably.
I was at Kansas City TOC in 2018 or 2019. I believe 2018. So
hey, we'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there as well in 2021 or 2022. What year is this? We'll be out there as well. But we were out there, and I just bought a jersey from Magic Wear, as you naturally do. And it was the suit jersey that you're actually wearing tonight. So I was wearing this jersey, Though it has like a little suit, it looks really nice. And as I'm walking around the tournament hall, Johnny Lackey comes up to me and says, if you ever wear my jersey with blue jeans again and anything except black slacks, you have to take it off. And then walked away. And I'm telling you, really nice guy through and through.
Well, you know what? That means that he's the type of person that just waits for a reaction out of a person to see if they're gonna come back at him, because then they'll be good. If they can do that. There's certain people that test you that way.
Oh, they're just dipping their toe in the water a little bit.
Well, look at this. Oh, gets
Almost.
himself a 6 mark and not quite the point lead. This is going to be a little back and forth battle here to start. Both throwing a 4, 6, 7. And
Picking
here
it
we
up.
go. And boom goes the dynamite. Johnny Lackey gets the first one on the board in round number 4 of leg number 1.
I think
that is a good sign.
That is a great sign right there. Oh, is he going to answer back with one?
Oh,
Barely
that was
on the other side of the
unlucky.
dart.
That was unlucky.
I would wager to say, between how well these players are capable of shooting and what point they're at in the bracket, knowing that there's more money on the line, that we're going to see some very high average games tonight.
Johnny almost went back to back there. As you see, his game is going to be raised this evening. This is leg number 1, and they're coming out of the gates firing.
There's no mercy. If you're not shooting at least a 5, you're out of the leg, or you're shooting a 5 and you're still out of the leg because your opponent's shooting a 6. It's not really much you can do except just hold on and hope the higher average works out.
No, absolutely. Sioux Falls, shout out Chris McMartin, says Sioux Falls, South Dakota loves you guys. Well, we love you guys too, and we love Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Just invite us out there for something. We'll be there. That sounds awesome.
Absolutely.
Lots of Let's Go Scuba, which does not surprise me. The Wisconsinites show up in heavy force in our chat, and it is wonderful. Dave Collette is actually our guest host on the Siege tomorrow night. Dave, what's up, sir? Excited to get to speak to you, talk to you, hang out with you tomorrow in person. That'll be a lot of fun.
And of course, we have the second best Dominic that plays darts right down there. Dominic Deicher saying, Sean Green, count how many times Nick Deicher says 100% tonight. Joke's on you. I say 110%.
And Dad, I have to be honest with you. I struggle just to keep track of the averages of the two players, like my job tells me to do. So it's going to be really hard for me to keep track of how many times he says 110%. Because it's going to 110% annoy you by the end of it.
As we get this first game done, Johnny Lackey throwing a 5-3-5 and getting the first 9 mark in to Steve Deicher's 4-7-1.
Yeah, and Steve wired out a couple of 9 mark opportunities, and that was honestly the difference in this leg. Scuba Steve is from Green Bay, Wisconsin. And Johnny Lackey is from the Houston, Texas area. So north and south going at it. But not like the Civil War, like more fun.
I don't feel like you had to specify there, but now that we're here, if we did a round 2, who would have won? No.
Yeah, who would you support if you had to? No, I'm kidding.
What's your scoreline prediction on that one, Sean? Oh,
my scoreline prediction on this one, I think it's going to go the whole distance by the way these two guys have started out. I think it's going to be a 9-8 final score. I'm hesitant to, not like because of who they are, whatever, but I'm hesitant to say Johnny just because he's kind of started off a little bit more on fire here. And if he gets rolling, Johnny Lackey can do some real damage, as you're seeing right now with a 7 mark average.
I really don't know who I would take. As someone that has met Johnny Lackey and as someone that has done a little bit of research on Steve Deicher here, I think it's too close to call, to the point where I would say Johnny's tenacity of saying he is the guy that likes attention, wants to be on stream, I want to say that carries him through to like a 9-7 win, but I really feel like he can flip-flop that scoreline either way. I don't think this is going to be a one-sided match.
I agree with you. I just don't see it being anything but close. And I'm telling you right now, Steve's throw, the straight to the eye and kind of flip forward, he almost has a little
Hop?
a little bit of a David Chisnell move here with the elbow out.
Yeah,
Now he follows through a lot nicer, but it's right to that eye line and straight down through.
mechanically super sound. And if you ever like watch Johnny Lackey, other than he does do a slight little kick there, his arm movement and how still he keeps his body shows that he works out probably 4 times a week at least. Like his body control is phenomenal. I mean, and you can see it here with Steve as well. He keeps great control of that body, does a slight little kick on his release, but otherwise he's planted his arm, minimal movement, clean follow through.
And we saw Johnny get an 8 mark there. Not quite a 9, so I didn't count out the Boom Goes Dynamite, but 6.5 in this leg until we got to bowls. That's doing some work here early on in this. I'm telling you, above a 5 average is going to be needed to win these legs. I'll be very surprised if anything under a 4 wins a leg, and if there are too many in the 4 that wins legs.
I would wager to say that there's only one game that's below a 5 that's a winner here. I mean, it would be ridiculous to assume otherwise at this point in the tournament, because we know how talented everybody is, and they're well aware of they have to step it up every time. And right now, you're kind of seeing an opening getting made for Steve, as Steve is looking at this board saying, all right, I need 4 bowls to get ahead, and then after that, I'm free game, or sorry, 3 bowls to get ahead.
Ooh. We're going to have to hit that refresh button on that one, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
But
as
gets
well.
in 4 and gets that point lead. And Brandon Smith, great Midwest darter. Johnny actually being good at darts now is weird. LOL.
Oh man, everyone likes to beat up on Johnny on Facebook. If you don't follow him, you can see it a lot.
Listen, if Brandon's being nice to you, he doesn't like you. So there's something to that for sure. And I just said for sure again. I hate you so much.
It's okay. I didn't count it this time. I didn't say anything. I just let it be.
And another 4 bowls there for Steve. And we're searching for video. There it goes.
There we go. We're just getting that cleaned up there. A little bit back in sync for you. As of course, I am the professional button pusher. Normally, Will Stewart would be in this chair, but he is traveling back from the Dark Horse Booyah Cup finale event, and so they have me sitting in this chair instead of just pushing buttons.
Well, fun fact, now it's even further behind.
Well, I'm only making improvements. Wrong direction.
That is impressive.
All right, this is awesome.
All right, well, I'm going to talk for a second there so he can focus on refreshing the streams a little bit. But yeah, Stooge Magoo, which I'm excited to say that name from now on. Please keep commenting. Says Wisconsin seems to always be representing, and you are 110% correct. Wisconsin shows up every single time. Every week they are right there, and it's really hard to stream a match that does not have a Wisconsin player in it. And we don't try to not stream them because they're fantastic. Like we just see right there. 4.70 for Johnny, and he takes a 2-0 lead early in this thing.
It's going to be crucial for him in the long run, is when you start off strong in this, you bring it all the way. You don't normally start off with a few legs and then you're just sitting there hanging out. It's usually you start off strong and you're there till the end. Even if it ends up coming back against your favor, you'll still be in there for the long haul.
Well, I mean, again, Steve just finished 7th, 8th in the Booyah Cup finale in a very talented field of darters. So this is, I mean, he's more than capable of throwing in 5s easily. He's averaging a 4.94. So they're going to come. And hopefully Johnny just keeps up his average so that when Steve does show up, Johnny's not really unprepared for it.
Exactly, and at least if you're in Steve's shoes right now, it might only be a 4-0 start for you, a 5 mark, 3 mark, but you have the 2 numbers up and the point advantage. It forces Johnny to dig deep, or else he's just going to get out of this leg really early. And so he's at triple. He does find it. Steve's looking to do some damage.
Wapaton, North Dakota is in the house.
That's a new one.
I love that. That's awesome. I totally butchered that pronunciation of the name, by the way. But they are in the house as we get a boom goes the Wisconsinite. Steve Deicher getting it done. Scuba Steve, damn you. And we are on the board.
Oh, I would hope that we get around like 15 to 29 marks. That's what I'm thinking here. These middle ones are going to start getting real scrappy, but on the high end of it, two
Well,
high fives thrown back and forth.
I saw the lineup for tonight, and I thought
Mhm.
to myself, you're gonna have to not talk very much this weekend because your voice is gonna have to be really warm for all these boom goes the dynamites. So I'm expecting it. The voice is ready.
They have some like lozenges, maybe like a little ritual that you do.
Oh man, I just run the scale a few times. I'm good to go.
Oh, that's it. There you go. You little, do some faux saw do re mi's in there and call it a day.
That was impressive that you got those ones right. Good job.
I honestly pulled it out of nowhere.
I know
And,
you did. I could tell. Hey,
I
can you do
what?
me a favor? Can you refresh the stream page?
I would love to.
Thank you.
Oops. Here we go.
Clean as a whistle.
Oh, Sean, are you talking about me or the stream?
Well,
And
I hope you showered today.
I did. I always shower. You can tell if I showered before an interview or not when you see him on the break, if I'm clean shaven or not. It's usually the indicator.
There you go.
Not that the entire internet needed to know that, but I'm really happy. I feel like this is a safe space. I know I'm with you guys every single week, even if it's just in the background, so I can trust you guys.
Well, look at that from Johnny. That was an interesting move there. 61 points down. So if Steve misses this, technically, Johnny, never mind, as the Wisconsinite gets it done with a 4-4-3 to a 4-3-3 from Johnny. So Steve on the board now as it is 2-1. Johnny Lackey, who will get the start in this next leg.
Will
Will
Stewart in
Stewart.
chat. My lord, the combos that happen when I'm gone. I'm glad you actually showered, Nick. Will, this is why I'm the professional button pusher, and you're traveling back to go do commentary for Wednesday stream.
Hey, well, this might shock you, but I miss you, buddy.
Oh, wow. All right. I'm still right here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you left the chat for a minute.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. That was bad service. You said you loved me, or I'm not sure what happened. It's really
Yeah, did
weird.
it cut out and say something weird? All right, here we go. The Wisconsinite trying to leave where he left off. I don't know what I just said there, but and he does. Boom goes the Wisconsinite. Gets a 9 mark. 3 in the bed on the 19s.
Steve's getting a little loosened up here. He's starting to get a little bit more comfortable. That first two legs, I was think that was the version that was the anxiety talking, the nerves of being on stream. And now we're seeing the actual Steve Deicher that goes and messes up people in league all the time, I would imagine.
Yeah, Scuba Steve is coming alive here. Oh, those are two very unlucky darts right on the wire, both of them. And does open up the door a little bit for Johnny, who does not want to lose all the momentum he gained real early on.
Yeah, you really need to find a 6 mark to kind of be comfortable with your position. Does not get it.
Nope, only 3 there. So if you're Steve, buddy, what do? Do you look up right away or you look down? I think he's looking down.
Yeah, you always start down. You want to be at least the 9 mark ahead, right? So if you start with a triple there, you're in a pretty solid position. And he hits the 7 mark. Once he gets that cushion. He's up 107 points. Now he can move around anywhere he wants on the board.
Yeah, that was a fantastic dart, and it makes Johnny open up a new wedge here. And he needs to hit a lot of them. Just a little bit off. Just a touch, just a scooch, you know?
And that's something that he'll get dialed in as the match progresses. That's why I like these long formats that we do. It's race to 9, the loser starts, and we do have a player advantage rule. But look at that right there as we get a...
It's the Wisconsinite, his second one of this leg, and Scuba Steve is heating up. Some would say he has dove into the deep end.
Scuba Steve is hitting 3 of the 4 9 marks so far as well.
Yeah, and he
Always in
started off a little
legs.
bit slow. Look at this. He is just on fire.
I don't think he's slowing down anymore.
Steve Deicher, everybody. Welcome to the dart community. If people didn't know you already, they know you now.
we'll see what Johnny has to do here. At this point, when you're the player that's down, getting beat up in a leg because someone's throwing a 6-6, you just got to calm down, take a deep breath, and just focus on the next leg, knowing that he has this advantage. He can play around a little bit and get comfortable.
So with a 6.00, and that just goes to show you how quickly someone in this CSC Challenger Series Division 1 can get going. Guys, if you have not done so already, make sure to leave a comment in our chat on Facebook, because our great sponsor, A to Z Darts, is giving away a set of any standard 8-flight and shaft system. Signature player or printed flights are excluded from this raffle. This is an all-exclusive system. The 8-flight and shafts are engineered to work together with a patented screw-tight mechanism. And I can tell you, I have used them in the past. I am looking for them to make a duraluminum version, because I play in places that have hardwood floors, and it does not work well with that sometimes. But love the system.
Oh, they're
Absolutely
phenomenal. I've played around with them before, that and a couple of the other like flight systems like that. And the people that have 8-flights tend to like them a lot. But it doesn't matter what I think. Look at that shot right there from Johnny Lackey. Yeah, boom goes the dynamite. Do you like that?
Yeah.
I need to put a little
That
more
was
texture
good.
on that one. Oh no, you're
I
looking
mean,
at me.
listen. No. I've had to make it my own, right? So I do the little like raspy growl kind of version of it now. There's an emotional response to that throw that I actually want to get out there, and if I just go, boom goes the dynamite, I don't feel like I get it off enough,
Yeah. Well, the whole point of saying is to get it off, Just,
Yeah, like the actual phrasing. You're right.
yeah,
All right.
exactly.
As we're going to go on to something else here, and it's going to be Scuba Steve. Damn you! Gets a 9 mark. Boom goes the Wisconsinite. See, just a little bit like that. And it is 2-2.
And always keep me honest.
Well, you're going to have to forgive him tonight, guys. He has to deal with me on on the mic. Not easy to do. Anyone who has been there, knows that. But he is doing a phenomenal job of switching everything as we get another boom goes the Wisconsinite. Scuba Steve is just locked in at the moment. And if you're Johnny Lackey, you got to be a little bit worried with how well Steve's throwing.
Considering how well Johnny was doing in this leg, it's surprising. You're throwing a 5-0 and you're in a rocky position. I mean, you're going to have a very quick night if you don't step it up.
Absolutely. And I do have to point out here real quick, Austin Helm, you are a Hoosier now. So just calm it down with the Wisconsin in the house. All right. I'm just saying. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, Wisconsinite all day long. Look at all these Wisconsinites in this chat, man. I'm telling you. I love the Wisconsinites.
They're the most loyal community of our CSC streams. Every time I'm usually the one in the background commenting, talking along with you guys, and oh my goodness, there's always so many of you. Outnumbers Florida, Indiana, everything. It's the Wisconsinites that are always here.
Right now, Scuba Steve is the best athlete in Green Bay, and that includes Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, a long career in the NFL, and Scuba Steve has been playing darts.
Don't try and talk football.
All right, I tried to really get in there. Really tried to put my little 1-2 on it. Sports ball,
boy,
as we call it from my generation.
Yep. Look at this from Scuba. Yeah, we got a lot of great players from a lot of great fans from a lot of great areas, a lot of supporters of ours from all over the country. It's awesome to see. Guys, do us a huge favor. Hit that share button for us. Hit that like button. If you are just joining us for the first time, head on over to Partners Promoting Darts Facebook page and hit that notification button so you are notified every time we go live. I am Sean Green of To The Point Streaming, joined this week by the kid behind the vids usually, but out front this evening, Mr. Nick Teixeira. And as my good partner in crime, Mr. Will Stewart is recovering in St. Louis from the fantastic Booyah Cup this past weekend that took place in Stewartville, Ohio, or Wisconsin. Stewartville, Wisconsin.
And Will did a fantastic job with that stream. Like I said earlier, if you did not watch it, I felt like you missed out because it was some high intensity darts. And Will always does a great job with the production.
Will's production is second to none in the business currently, and I will go to battle for that all day long. And I actually own a live stream company, so
And I run this one, so I get
yes.
it. I would agree with that sentiment.
Hey, we are the producers promoting darts for a reason, and it's because we love promoting darts, and the producers
Absolutely.
that do that as well. So we're seeing here, guys, a great battle, 2-2. The winner of this leg, and man, I'm telling you, for the overall flurry that Scuba Steve has been throwing at Johnny Lackey, for Johnny to have control of this leg and just be kind of withstanding, it's awesome. And oh boy, are we gonna get?
Oh. Johnny Lackey here trying to set up, and he does take out the leg, averaging a 5.29 to the 4.91 of Steve Deicher here to regain that lead as we're going into our sixth leg.
Who said you fellas could talk about me like that?
That's a lovely voice of Will Stewart, everybody. How you doing?
Oh, just transferring flights right now, so I figured I'd jump on here and say hello.
Well, buddy, it is good to hear you, and you sound better than ever.
Ironically, no Wi-Fi. I guess that's all right.
I had to do it. I'm sorry, buddy.
Of course. Of course you had to.
Well, I hope you guys enjoy this match. I'll hop off here and let you go to work, guys. Steve did some great stuff this weekend.
Oh, you did great, bud.
We'll see
Absolute
how he
pleasure,
does.
Will.
Johnny Lackey's quite the competitor. You guys have fun here. I'll hop back in the chat.
All right, buddy.
All right. Great to see you, Will.
William Stewart, the GOAT, USA Darts.
One and only.
Yep, getting on in there. And speaking of getting on in there, boom goes the Wisconsinite. Steve Deicher. Scuba Steve is just pounding these 9 marks right now.
Left and right.
And the Texan is just fighting back tooth and nail. This is going to be so back and forth, guys. We got a 3-2 lead. Johnny Lackey over Steve Deicher. We will be taking a short break after leg number 7, where we will see some great interviews done by the fantastic Mr. Nick Teixeira.
110% you will.
And get to know these players a little bit better. They're both great interviews, so you're going to want to stay with that. I do want to give a shout out real quick. Johnny Lackey is expecting, his wife is expecting a child in May, so shout out to him. And listen, if you're expecting a child and you play on the CSC Challenger Series, that tends to be good luck. You can just ask fellow Wisconsinite, Mr. Dan Levine, about that.
We've noticed a trend between Dan Levine, Johnny Lackey, and there was, I believe, someone else that also was expecting a kid in the last CSC Challenger Series, besides you as well, Sean. I believe there was another player, I want to say it was like Kevin or someone else, that had the same thing. And the CSC gets you kids. It's the only takeaway I could get from that.
It's our new slogan. We're trying it out tonight and see how it goes, and we lost a whole bunch of viewers. Awesome.
And we're on the list. Not a good one either.
Guys, Steve Deicher is just, man, he's throwing lights out, and Johnny is throwing fantastic too. It's just, I mean, look at that, a 6 mark there, and it's just not enough. It's just not enough in this leg.
Sometimes you just put your hands up and say, this leg wasn't in the cards for me, and you just kind of have to accept that and move forward. When you're playing these high intensity matches, you just know you can't win every single leg, and just keep your mentality as cool and collected as possible.
And that is a great point. It is a race to 9. It is about patience. It is a marathon, not a sprint in this CSC Challenger Series every week, unless your name is Kenny Doyle. Then it is definitely a sprint. But, man, just fantastic darts from both these guys at different times. The winning averages have been a 5.37, a 4.70, a 4.43, a 6.0, a 5.29. And right now, Steve is right at that 5.29 average. It might drop to right around a 5.10, but he still needs to hit 1 bowl in order to get that done.
From language arts to math, Sean Green does it all. That's
I
phenomenal
don't even
stuff
see that comment. But
that was just me saying it.
oh,
That was just off the dome.
that was just your comment.
That was just what
Great.
I had to say.
Oh, you scared me half to death there. I was like, uh-oh, what happened to
Am I
my
missing something?
feed there? As we have a 3-3 tie again as we go to our 7th leg right before the break. And guys, if you're just joining us for the first time, this 7th leg is notoriously huge. Usually a lot of fireworks happen in this leg, but it looks like they're taking their break after leg 6.
Give me a quick second while I investigate, I guess.
So we might be going to the break a leg early just for fun because whatever. We're just here to be here. Guys, do us a huge favor. Hit that share button for us. Hit that like button. I am Sean Green of To The Point Streaming, joined by the kid behind the vids, Dirachi, Mr. Nick Deshera.
Let's hope that doesn't
And
stick. I don't know. I don't know about that.
I like it. I like it. I'm telling you. But we have a fantastic match for you. It is a tie ball game. And it looks like, well, Steve knows to go forward to the next one, but I didn't see Johnny at the board there.
He is right around the corner there, so he's coming right back up there. There was a little confusion. They were counting the diddle in.
Yep. That'll do it.
So they're heading right back. They're going to play this leg, and then we'll have a break after this one. Be about 6 minutes. You'll hear us talk with both players, get a nice little ad from A to Z Darts as well, talking about the 8-flight system. And then we'll be right back to some dart action. I'm excited, man. This has been fun so far.
Man, this has been great. And I do want to remind everyone that A to Z Darts is having a big sale on all 8-flight products. Check out their website to save 15% on all 8 flights and shafts until the end of this month. The 8-flight system is one of the newer molded flight and shaft systems out there in the market. It has solved many common issues with its wonderfully engineered thread system. They sponsor American players such as Danny Baggish, Danny Lobby Jr., Chris Lim, Stacy Pace, and Johnny Lackey, as well as international superstars like Paul Lim and Raymond Van Barneveld. If you're unfamiliar with this newer molded flight system, it's worth a shot to try out on sale. And if you just hit a comment or post a comment on our Facebook chat, tell us where you're from, tell us who you're rooting for, and hit that like button for us. A to Z Darts is giving away the winner's choice of any standard 8-flight and shaft. That does not include signature player or printed flights. But this is an all-exclusive system. The 8 flights and shafts are engineered to work together with a patented screw-tight mechanism. And that is for today's stream will be A to Z Darts will be giving away a set of those. So
wait, I just want to make sure I'm understanding. You're saying if you leave a comment on the Facebook feed and a like, you get entered for a free raffle?
Yep. That's all you got to do, man. That's it. Big Bend says Scuba's going to win this one 9-7.
I would say that's a fair prediction when looking at the way things going. Like I said, 9-7 either way is what I'm thinking here. I'm going to lean towards my boy Johnny to be a second half kind of guy, but right now, Steve's just dominating.
Man, I'm telling you, all of these different Wisconsinites, every single week, it's so cool. There's so many. The Wisconsin dart community is huge, and you know it shocks you every week to see how many are in there. And look at that, boom goes the Wisconsinite. Just as I say that, Scuba Steve gets it done with the 9 mark, and Sean McPeak, an Indy resident, says Scuba 9-6. And buddy, shout out to you. Say hello to Janelle for me, Janella. Love to see you guys both. As always, you guys are awesome. And Steve's going to try and shut down these 16s, it looks like.
Hey, he's in control here. If you get the 16s, then you're looking in pretty good shape to take this leg here. So he does get extra points there. A little risky.
What an awesome dart that was.
The way he just
you know what I'm
hammered
saying?
it on in there.
Yeah, I mean, just kissed it right off the flight, perfectly in there. It was the only thing he could do. Is we see Johnny just having some fun with the neighbors, as he only gets one of the triple 15s. Trips the neighbors, though.
Yeah, those neighbors invite you in for one drink, and sometimes you get stuck there talking, and Steve's not there to chit-chat. He's there to go right to the bowl and try to take this as an advantage going into the break.
Yeah, this will give the Wisconsinite a 4-3 lead, and the first lead for him as we will head to the break. Johnny started off this CSC Division I matchup for Week 4 2-0, and has since then it has been a 3-2 run for Steve, and might be 4-2 here in just a second. And there it is, guys, a 5-3-7 from Mr. Steve Deicher, Scuba Steve, as he's known in the dart community. And Dr. Handsome's going to have some work to do, but
It's not over
he's a
yet.
class act. It's only 4-3, guys. We've seen some crazy score lines go the opposite way.
Oh, this is for the whole night. You have at least another hour of great dart content here between Johnny Lackey and Steve Deicher, and I'm excited to see what happens after the break. My name's Nick Deicher, the kid behind the vid, and joined by Sean Green from To The Point Streaming. We will be back after just a few moments. So stay tuned, everybody.
This guys, we'll be right back.
My name's Johnny Lackey, playing out of Thirsties, and my vendor is Star City Amusement.
Well, Dr. Handsome, Johnny, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on the CSC Challenger Series Division 1 this evening. Now, I want to know a little bit, at least for the people that haven't seen you before, what got you into darts? Like, what's your story of how you started playing?
I just turned 21, and my parents were they played darts or whatnot. My mom called me and said, "Hey, it's your 21st birthday. Come take a shot with me." So I went up there, and I was supposed to actually go meet some friends to go out, and they were having a dart tournament. And then I got conned into playing in the dart tournament. Said, "Oh, you'll be done by like 10:30, 11. You'll be able to go out. You know, you're young." And I ended up drawing Pat Cook, which is one of the greats from here. He's a great player.
Phenomenal shot.
Old now, but still awesome. But I ended up getting him as a partner. We won the tournament, and kind of, once you win something, for not ever playing, I was pretty good for a sense of what it was coming from compared to what was there.
Would you say in the last 5 years your game has gotten significantly better, worse, or about the same?
Ever since I broke my arm, I've become better. So I would say the last 5 years, yes. I've put a lot of time and practice after I broke my arm, where for about 8 months after the doctor released me to get back to playing and doing stuff, I was go to work, go to gym on my lunch break, and from 5:30 to like 11 o'clock at night, I threw darts constantly.
How do you handle the pressure of being on a live broadcast?
Well, if you talk to anybody that I know, I love to be on stream. I'm a people person. I'm a Leo. I strive on attention. So, being on stream makes me, in a sense, want to do better, and I do better, because I just, I love the attention.
Let's say you get through, make it all the way to the finals. What do you spend your prize money on?
Bills.
Bills?
Yeah, I got a baby coming May 10th, so I got to catch up on bills.
Then is there anything you want to say to your friends, fans, family, or anybody that's going to be watching along?
I mean, I just hope I can play my game and we can show y'all a great match that's not a bore fest in a sense, or it's just one-sided. I hope we go to the end and it's 8-8 and going to see who can pull out the last leg.
Well, I know you're certainly capable of it. That was Johnny, Dr. Handsome Lackey, everybody. Thank you for chatting with me, and shoot well, my friend.
My name's Johnny Lackey, and you're watching the CSC Challenger Series.
With 8 flight, it is nearly impossible for the flight to come off. It won't break, tear, crack, or bend out of shape in the long run because it's just soft and flexible enough. On top of the amazing material itself, the edges are reinforced along the wings to provide extra protection from tight groupings. Will hold up, it'll take a beating, and continue to take a beating.
My name is Steve Deicher. I'm shooting out of Black Saddle Bar in Green Bay, Wisconsin. My vendor is Schmidt's Amusement.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you on, Steve Scuba Deicher. Tell me a little bit about your history playing darts, because I'm not too familiar with you. Like, what got you into the game? How'd you start playing?
I started shooting in 1997. I had some good years, 2006 to 2009. Shot with some really good shooters, Scott Kirshner, Steve Ulry, Scotty Miller, Lane Halgeson. I shot league with those guys. Just kept it going from there. A lot more practice, and challenge of the shooters nowadays is second to none. So
I mean, if we're looking at challenging shooters, you can just look at Division 1 of the CSC Challenger Series. It is constant stacked threat after stacked threat. Now, what a lot of people find interesting here, that have been tuning in week to week, we showed Sean Kaflish on our first stream of the season, and that was someone you've actually knocked out in the losers bracket. Can you tell me a little bit about that match?
well, it started out back and forth, and me and Sean, we shoot league against each other on Tuesdays in our doubles league, and so he whoops up on me all the time in league, and I just decided, I don't know, I put games together and got a couple of games that he started, and they were still back and forth. He has the never give up attitude, and he just kept it going, and I was fortunate enough to come out on top that night.
Let's say you get all the way to the finals here. How do you spend your money?
Well, we do a lot of camping in the summer, so use it for different campgrounds. Nowadays, it might be the fuel just to get there since gas prices are so high.
Fair enough. Steve, is there anything you want to say to your friends, fans, or family watching?
So many friends in this area. There's so much support, and when I posted the link this morning, and I get so much support from everyone, and I appreciate it from everyone. And most of all, I gotta thank my girlfriend Ashley. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be able to shoot in this, because a lot of the all-star trips or weekends I have my son, so she'll watch them for a couple hours and let me get out and shoot these events, because she knows what they mean to me and the purpose of them. So if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be able to do this.
That was Steve Deicher. Thank you again, and we wish you the best of luck.
My name is Steve Deicher. You're watching the CSC Challenger Series.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am Nick Teixeira, the kid behind the vid, joined by Sean Green from To The Point Streaming, the most beautiful face for audio-only streaming out there. Sean Green, how are you doing?
Man, I could not have said that better myself. It's the kid behind the vids.
Oh, plural.
Like I know it's an irregular rhyme, but it still works, I feel. But man, it is good to be back here. We have quite the matchup for you. It is a 4-3 advantage for Mr. Steve Deicher, aka Scuba Steve. And man, this CSC Challenger Series has been absolutely fantastic, and we also will be at TOC in October. And if you want to know how to become eligible to play in TOC in October 2022 and the CSC Challenger Series, players become eligible for those by playing in PPD leagues and daily remote tournaments, or DRTs. Leagues are starting daily. Get involved by going to dartstoc.com and checking out the map. The map will show any locations with G3 boards within the PPD system. We are always accepting new members, so if you're not seeing anything in your area, have your vendor contact us on the website. From there, players can sign up for leagues on the website. It does not take a ridiculous amount of games to be eligible either. Consistently playing one league a week will keep a player eligible for this event in the future. Again, go to dartstoc.com to get signed up today. And the way to become eligible is you have to be within the top 500 players points-wise on the All-Star rank list lockdown date to be eligible for the CSC Challenger Series. We do not know that date yet, but keep in mind the way to get points. For every league match played, DRT played, 50 points for every time a player participates in our All-Star Triples tournaments like the one this past weekend. On that lockdown date, we will take the top 500 players on the rank list, sort that list of players by player rating. The top 32 players will be invited to Division 1, and the next highest 32 players are invited to Division 2. In this race to 9 all cricket loser start format, unless there is a player advantage, which we have not quite seen yet in the CSC Challenger Series, at least to a point that it's helped out too much. We did see it in one match only, and it did help. But will it help again?
Now,
That remains.
Now, what I wanted to take a quick piggyback on from what you just said there, I know you always tell us about how to qualify for the CSC, and I just to break it down to people that haven't played in a TOC league before, right? When you first sign up for your league, each week you're going to accumulate some points from playing in your league. Each match gives you, I believe it's 15 points, but don't quote me on that. Each match you play, you get points. You can play multiple leagues a week. You can play multiple leagues at a time, depending on your location that you're at. And then when we have the monthly triples tournaments, including the quarterly national tournaments and other events, you also get points for participating in those as well. That's how you get points. And that top 500 list is by most total points from participation. Then they sort by the top averages for things like the CSC, but then you have the monthly tournaments where they take any average and it's just a flighted event as well.
Well, I'm happy that you have that type of information to share. That's part of the reason why we love you, Nick.
That's what I'm here for.
It's not just about playing in the CSC. It's also about playing in TOC in October with over $2 million in payouts. $2 million.
Did you say
and yes,
$2 million?
I did, and with my own voice of trying to do a hallway effect that probably sounded terrible.
Oh yeah,
but I tried.
Sounded beautiful.
Well, what can I say? I can say that the Wisconsinite is just hammering these 19s. That one got unlucky to hit that trip 3.
So you're Johnny Lackey in this situation, Sean.
Oh my gosh, I wish.
Yeah, I know. Dr. Handsome, right? So you're Johnny Lackey in the situation. You're down one leg in the match, and your opponent's still throwing well after the break. How are you trying to keep yourself calm, mentally speaking, and keep yourself focused?
You worry about yourself. You worry about yourself one dart at a time, one leg at a time, one round at a time, because you can't control what your opponent's going to do. You can control what you can do, and you just got to hammer the numbers that you know you can hammer. If you start pushing too hard, that's where the scoreline can get out of hand quickly, if Steve stays nice and consistent. So yeah, if I'm Johnny, I just focus on my own darts and doing my own thing like he's doing right now. I mean, he does a great job of maintaining while Steve is on the attack a little bit.
Absolutely, he does. And none of these legs, other than maybe one or two of them, where we've watched where Johnny looked like he was completely out of the running. It was more so like he is one dart difference between staying in this and just being a little bit behind.
Yeah, he got railroaded in that one leg where Steve threw a 6. But other than that, it's been like this. He's maintained, even when Steve has thrown in some big rounds, he's still maintained with 7s and with 5s and 6s, and just he stayed right there. And it's tough to beat someone who just won't go away, you know?
And we have to realize that there is about a quarter of a point difference in their averages here. You know, we're talking about a 0.21 difference. And if we're playing the law of averages, like you guys were talking about in the last stream, if you're the lower average player like Johnny is, your goal is to get ahead. And even if it's not a huge lead, shut it down and move on. Because the longer the game goes on, the longer the match goes on, you're in more trouble.
Yeah, and you see it right there. He stayed on points on all of those. He did steal the 19s in the last round that he shot at, which I thought was a brilliant move. But Steve, more than capable of hammering 6 marks all day long on points. Johnny's going to have to take his shots at closes just to maybe move along the game a little bit, so to speak.
Absolutely. I mean, when you're in Steve's shoes, at least what I would personally do, not that I'm like anything more than just the average player, but if I was in Steve's shoes, my goal is I just have to be 61 points ahead. If I'm 61 points ahead, if it requires perfection out of Johnny Lackey to be able to actually punish me and hurt where I am.
Well, Johnny has been called perfection before, so I feel like if there's someone who can do it, it's him. But boom goes the Wisconsinite, Steve. Scuba Steve, damn you. He gets it done again. Another 3 in the bed on the 17s. I'm telling you, this Wisconsinite can play. And look at this. The Texan comes right back with a boom goes the dynamite. Johnny Lackey. Throw him.
I would like to imagine Johnny heard you there because you were like, it's the Wisconsinites. I felt like he had to do a little bit of Texas representation. But Steve's not exactly done. Oh.
He gets a 7.
Oh.
Oh, guys, hit that share button, hit that like button. Let everyone know what's going on in the CSC Challenger Series, Partners Promoting Darts Division 1, sponsored by A to Z Darts. First of all, we're giving away an 8-flight system. All you have to do is put a comment in there, just like Lita Maloney and Heather Goldman just did. Even emojis work out perfectly, and we've seen some emojis win sometimes. Man, we got ourselves a battle, 5.8 versus a 5.3. It is a 4-3 score line. If you're not sharing now, you're not sharing. So you might as well do it now. Let everyone know there's some great darts. We're trying to promote these guys. Let's promote these guys.
And just know, everybody that tunes in, Johnny Lackey will do a push-up for each concurrent viewer we have at some point, probably.
Like in his lifetime.
Like in general. Ooh, barely missing that white horse there as he does get a shutdown, and you see Steve just inching his way as this leg progresses. He is slowly taking more and more control from a game where Johnny looked like he was just driving it along. But he's not done yet either as he hits a 9 mark. Here
goes the dynamite. Johnny Lackey, my goodness. Is it heating up in here? They're both over 1,000 points. I believe we're in round. Look at that. Boom goes the Wisconsinite. Back to back again in this leg, guys. Holy goodness. What are we doing? Round 13, and they are well over 1,000 points each.
We're watching some amazing darts. That's what we're doing. I know Will Stewart's probably kicking himself right now that he is not watching this leg of darts. And if your friends are watching it, bring them in here because this is what you should be watching. What else is going on at 10:30 on a Monday?
Listen, guys, if you do not know darts very well, if you're just watching us for the first time, I have to inform you that darts is not this easy. It is not as easy as these guys are making it look. Those target segments are like a little bit more than an inch wide, an inch deep. Like there's nothing to them. You can be off by a millimeter, and it's the difference between missing 2 darts.
Now, here's what's crazy about this leg in particular. It is round 15 or 16, so each player has had 15 or 16 attempts. And
look at this.
Steve, barely missing out there, averaging a 6-0, which means he is hitting 2 triples every single time for the last 14 turns that he's thrown. He's hit at least 6 marks.
We've seen some 6s. We've seen some 5.5s. We've seen some 6.5s. We have not seen them over this long of a game before. And that is how impressive this is. I mean, even averaging a 5 at this point in this leg is ridiculous. And look at Steve go. Scuba Steve, damn you. Just hit the freaking 18.
He's keeping it going on for the fans.
He just likes the 6 mark. He just needs to switch after the first triple 17.
Johnny's still staying on there, 1 point down, hits that 7 mark to stay alive here. Now Steve's still in control.
They're almost at 1,500 points apiece, man. And they'd even looked or peeked at the 16s or 15s. And
First time his average dips a little bit here. I say a little bit. He's still a 5.81.
My goodness. If I have to keep saying boom goes a dynamite, both of their locations are going to like actually blow up, I think.
Well, I'll take care of the next few if you want to. It'll ease it down a little bit there.
No. I got to keep it going. It's great. This is amazing. And Steve gets the opportunity to stay with this. Does he take a look at it with the X? He does not. He stays on the points, which I think is the right move. It's really risky if he shoots at it and misses that 18 again.
You're at this round. Each player gets the 18, 19, and 20. They get 3 attempts left now. You have to make them count. You're not ending the game at this point. You are scoring more points than your opponent and hoping that's enough.
You close the 17 here, right?
Even
with the round?
It's valid. It's scary. He does it. Now, Steve, if he hits less than a 6 mark, it was worth it. If he hits a 6 mark or more, it was not worth it at all. Starts off strong. This is the 18.
I think that's going to make Johnny regret that almost as much as you bringing up 9/11 on that first date, bud.
Oh, we didn't have to bring that up on stream. Johnny needs a 9 mark on the 16s. Isn't going to find it. He needs to get at least a triple here, else he's in some hot water. Finds it there. 4 points up. As I'm just going to move right past that one like it was never said. Steve in control to potentially end it here and mathematically eliminate. Oh, this is the second one. All right, it's last round.
Close there. That was a weird move.
That's the
with the
last
points.
round now. This is it. Johnny gets one throw. Steve gets one throw.
They're gonna go points all day long,
He
guys.
might close on the last one. Yes,
He does.
A beautiful shot. Boom goes the dynamite from Johnny Lackey to. I believe that eliminates his. No, Steve has to hit 5 bulls here, right? I would say, or 6 bulls.
He needs all of them.
He needs 6 bulls to win this, and there you go. Johnny Lackey will take this leg. Excellent
Wow.
shot. That was that. When you need to hit it, that's some dirty, dirty darts, as you would say, my friend.
Wow. Wow, wow. A 5.35 to a 5.60. The 5.60 loses. And by the way, that went the entire distance. So they had that average, or those averages, over that long of a time. My gosh, I am exhausted from having to see that.
And that was amazing. But don't get too exhausted yet. We still have a lot of darts. It's only 4-4 right now.
Yeah, it is 4-4. It is a tie ball game here. And, I mean, that was just the appetizer, really. We haven't even gotten into the main course yet.
You know that it's just starting off when Jake Worthy shows up to chat. Jacob, how's
There
it
you
going,
go.
buddy? Welcome in. Also, I wanted to go back to Heather Goldman commented earlier. She was actually the jersey winner from one of the giveaways, and this is proof that the giveaways are real. And Heather, I hope you enjoy your jersey.
Just resharing this out to everyone and saying, you're going to want to watch this.
See, we practice what we preach here. We share it on our feeds too.
Yeah, that was nuts. Eric Ramsey sending some stars our way. Indiana, Indy native. Appreciate you, brother. Always good to see you. Oh my goodness, guys, it is just getting heated up here. And if you were just joining us, you missed an epic leg of darts in the last one. It went the entire round distance. They had over 1,600 points apiece. And we saw Johnny Lackey end it with a 5.35 average to Steve Deicher's 5.6 in 20 rounds.
Truly some beautiful stuff.
Again, if you don't play darts often, you have no idea how ridiculous that was. Because it was epically ridiculous. So hard to maintain that. Nick, how many times do you average a 5.6 a night
Personally,
in one
never.
leg? Me either,
But,
obviously.
I mean, you'll have your one legs here and there, but you have to realize that most legs end in 8 to 9 rounds. So that was 2 legs worth of darts that he shot, and they both shot, and it was phenomenal stuff. It was truly 2 players playing at the top of their level and just battling, neither one of them giving an inch. That's what you come to see.
Yeah, I mean, and Eric said it best, the huge 9 mark by Lackey in the very last round of that leg is going to go down as one of the best boom goes to dynamite calls for sure. But, man, does he look at the 20s now? I think he does, right?
You have to take a shot here, right? I mean, it's 42-point difference. And he hits
Yep.
it.
Boom goes the dynamite. And there is a 9 mark again. And, woo! They're up to 15 already, guys. It's only 4-4. We're in leg 9, and they have 15 9 marks in between the 2 of them. That's what we have going on right now in the CSC Challenger Series.
It's gonna be some high intensity. That's why when you watch Division 1 versus Division 2, you're gonna notice Division 2, you're gonna have more of the scrappy games, not necessarily because of like the average differences. They're all still high average players, but you're gonna notice that their spread is a lot smaller. You're gonna notice these closer legs. When you're looking at Division 1, you're gonna see explosiveness. You're gonna see like the bar is constantly, these winning averages have been in the 5s for all except 3 legs. And when you are shooting that well, you're only going to go up from there. It's just, the standards and the expectation of what's on the line.
Right. I mean, let's call it how it is. Both these guys are averaging under a 5 for the entire CSC Challenger Series. Yet we are seeing tonight both these guys well above a 5.0, I believe. Average-wise, there might be one leg that's dragging them down below that a piece, but that is it. These guys are throwing lightning darts. Except for that round from Steve. That might be a little bit opening here for Johnny. Johnny takes advantage of these. Eric Ramsey asked a great trivia question. What's the most nine marks since we've started to keep track? I know in one leg it's been 9 in one leg. Hats off to Brian Dennis and Willie Walker. I think in a match it's 29, maybe.
I would say around 20. I don't know the specific number, but I believe it was it also that match?
I think so. I think it was like 15 and 14 or 16 and 13, one of the two on like the number of 9 marks they had, but
Yeah,
like a piece.
it was absolutely a disgusting
Nuts.
amount. Yeah,
Nuts. Absolutely nuts.
I know my personal favorite boom goes the dynamite will always be with the Travis Wilkinson Dennis Sandin when he hits that double bull on the last start to take it out, and you can hear Sean almost falling out of his chair. It was by far one of my favorite clips that has ever been made in the CSC Challenger Series.
You stop it. Jake, that is actually not Will Stewart of USA Darts. That is Mr. Nick Deicher in there with the booth with me tonight. Will is resting his voice after a long weekend at the Booyah Cup that was absolutely phenomenal. Cannot say enough nice things about it. Had intense FOMO the entire weekend and already inserted myself into being invited for next year. So we'll see if that happens. But this is crazy. Still 4-4, man. Is it still 4-4? It's 5-4. It's 4-4. You're right.
Yeah, we're on leg 9. I also just want to say I get confused for Will Stewart all the time. I get it. Him and I look and sound so similar. It's okay, Jake. Honestly, I take it as a compliment. That's the legendary Will Stewart you're referring me to. I will take that in stride. Do you know what I am? 2 times college dropout and ex-semi-pro in darts.
I'm gonna start calling you.
From Sean on that one.
Now I'm gonna start calling you Jackie Moon.
Jack, I have to look up that reference too.
Oh boy, guys. See, this is what I have to deal with. I have to deal with this. Doesn't know Big Daddy. Doesn't know Tropic Thunder, or not Tropic Thunder. Doesn't know Semi-Pro. Yeah. Doesn't know the movie Semi-Pro, which is absolutely asinine ridiculous that he does not know that.
It's like basketball, right? There's like some like basketball stuff going on.
I guess you can say that basketball is there, but that is definitely not what it's about.
Patrick Baker in chat here saying, Nick, to share your great commentating on stream. Why don't you guys run all 3 of you? Personally, I'm like one of the people that helps produce this. I love listening to Sean and Will's banter back and forth, and I talk with them all the time too. But I like to just sit back and let them kind of do their thing because they are the professionals. I'm the professional button pusher. I even have a little plaque on my desk that I'm working on right now. It says professional button pusher.
I can tell you this, calling me a professional at this is quite the stretch, but I will take it as a compliment. But you are doing a phenomenal job. I think that sometimes having 3 people on the mic, especially when I'm one of them, because I cannot shut up. I just can't shut up.
There's so much quality stuff to say.
But yeah, it just becomes maybe a touch too much. We try not to talk over each other, and even I can't seem to do that properly every time. And look at that. Steve setting himself up with a chance if Johnny does not take out the 3 bowls here.
This is a little scary. I mean, you're talking it needs 50 points. Oh, no.
Oh, no, he can't.
He's going to get a swing. Steve might take this one.
He needs 3 bowls himself. It is 3-3 right now, guys, and bowls. That means he needs to close here and get 2 more. That's a good start.
Oh
no. Double bowl will do it still.
Oh,
doesn't do it.
Out.
He threw it so fast, too, and it was such a good dart.
That was beautifully thrown. You throw that in rhythm every time, and you take it and run with it. Johnny here with a second chance.
Yeah, he just got his alarm clock just went off, and he was given a second chance here. But he's got to hit this double bowl.
Oh, he didn't hit snooze. He got it.
Wow, Johnny Lackey just stole that one pretty much. Actually, Steve would have stolen it from Johnny. Never mind. But it is a fantastic leg of darts either way. Don't have any idea what those averages were.
4.25 for Johnny and a 4.19 for Steve.
But wow, 5-4 lead again for Mr. Johnny Lackey. And guys, I'm telling you, I put in my share that you're going to want to watch this. And I don't know. That hasn't changed at all, guys, unless our commentary's gone downhill. But the darts have not. That is for sure. As Mr. Johnny Lackey's going to try and put in 5 of them. He does. Woo! Mr. John Mink, what is up, brother? Happy birthday yesterday. Huge shout out to you, sir.
All right, we have a great match going on here, but we also have a great promotion running at A to Z Darts right here. Don't forget, there's a huge sale going on at A to Z Darts.com where you can get all 8 flight products 15% off until the end of the month. Your flights won't pop off anymore because they are screw on. You won't have issues with your flights tearing, ripping, warping, cracking, or chipping with the perfect material rigidity that 8 flight provides. They are soft and flexible enough to prevent damage long term and have reinforced edges on the top of that. The shafts won't have as many issues of breaking or warping since they have a slight flex to them, so you don't have to be nervous shooting on hardwood floors or concrete. Head over to A2ZDarts.com by March 31st and try the system out to see what you think. That's A-ZDarts.com.
Nicely done, bud. And we got our first of the night. Mr. Alex Bauman says the board shows 6 to 4, and you're absolutely correct. The CSC Challenger Series starts off with a 3-dart diddle to see who starts. And that does count as part of the scoreline on the board, but not in the actual scoreline of the match. So it is technically correct that it is 5 to 4, Johnny Lackey over Steve Deicher. And look at those darts from Mr. Johnny Lackey.
And just to point out, someone always brings it up every week, but it's appreciated because that board can be very, very deceiving.
Andy Koala is in the chat here.
Ooh.
Says, just pretend like you're carrying me as usual.
Usually gets the point across.
Eric Ramsey giving you some love, saying great promo there, Nick. You know, he never does that for me.
Get the hint.
Well.
Well, how the turntables. See, I got that reference. I got that
That's
one down pat.
Oh my gosh. This has nothing to do with darts, but did you see Hulu's new show that just came out, which is a Fox show? It's called Welcome to Flatch.
I've heard of this, but I don't know anything about it.
My goodness, you need to watch Flatch.
Okay.
Like immediately after we get off air and stop talking to each other, so an hour and a half or 2 hours or so, you need to start watching that bad boy.
All right. Well, I'll put it on. I'll get it tuned in. I'm going to be honest. I've been kind of bad about watching shows lately. I've been actually watching a lot of dart content to kind of get myself in the mindset of like doing video editing for darts. So I've been behind on shows. The next one I really want to start is going to be, was it Yellowstone? That's really popular right now. I know I saw a lot of people talking about that show. Yellowstone in 1883, I believe.
Speaking of old school, boom goes the Wisconsinite. Steve Deicher getting another one on the board there. We're up to 16 on the night, guys. And, all right. We're focused on the darts. I'm just kidding.
Wait, there's darts
No, we
going
will
on?
actually do that. Scott Doxtater, which I probably actually mispronounced his name, ironically, because he says, can't believe you guys said Baldy's name correctly. Well, I will remember the pronunciation of koala with Andy's name because it is the coolest pronunciation for the way that he spells his name that could ever be. So...
And me, I'm filling in for Will Stewart, so therefore I will butcher any name that I'm not confident enough in. So I'll just let Sean do all that.
And all you have to do is say it confidently, and it works every time. Yep, all cricket guys race to 9 here at the CSC Challenger Series Division 1. This is brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts and sponsored by A to Z Darts. Just by putting a little comment here in our chat on Facebook and liking the video, you get entered in to win a set of 8 flight and shafts from A2ZDarts.com. And that does not include sponsored players or printed. Correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
So it's going to be any of the base models, none of the signature series or player specific stuff. But anything else there, you get to take it home with you, mailed right to your house with A to Z super fast shipping.
Buddy, do you see this? Icefixie89, cheers from Iceland.
Wow.
Cheers to you, sir. That's awesome.
My ex-wife was just in, I believe it's called Reykjavik, the other day. She was out there for a week-long endeavor, and let me tell you, Iceland is gorgeous. One of the most beautiful places ever, between the geysers, the hot springs, and the ice climbing.
Volcanoes.
Beautiful stuff.
It is on my all-time, I want to go there at some point in my life bucket list. To go there for sure.
$4,000 round trip if you want to do a
Brian,
full guided tour.
Brian Dennis, you are awesome, sir. How was your match tonight? Did it go on? Those are the 8-flight system from Target. Yeah, Ice Vixie. I actually do see Icelandic darts sometimes come through our streams. So I have checked it out before. I love the fact that darts is becoming huge all over the world. It's great to see that.
A lot of people that don't know us personally, when Sean, Will, and I first started talking, one of the things we all agreed upon when we were doing the first CSC broadcast was we're doing this because we want to promote the game. So when we hear about players from different countries, different states, people that picked up darts after watching something or just only started playing darts recently, it makes us really happy to hear, because that's what this is about.
Yep, absolutely. We are the producers promoting darts. And Steve really needs to look at this 16. Does he still stay there? It's a risky dart, man. He does not.
You have to go up. You play it safe. You're in a tight match. You don't take risks.
But you give Johnny a chance to trip, and all of a sudden this whole leg is turned around. And we've seen that from Johnny against Steve tonight in a couple of different legs. So Steve's almost feeling like he can't let Johnny hang around right now.
You can't let him hang around, but at the end of the day, a single mark on a close that doesn't actually close the number versus a single mark on point that gets you some points will always be more beneficial, especially in these, like right now we're at round 14 going into round 15 after his shot here for Lackey. You want those extra points rather than you want the extra mark on the close, because you might not shoot the close again if things go the wrong way.
No, that's honestly very true. And I want to point out back to leg number 8, when by round 15 or 14, they were well over 1,000 points already. Mm-hmm. So again, just to point out how ridiculous that one leg was, as we now have a tie score here. Now, if I'm Steve, I point the first dart and then just go straight at the 16s.
He's staying up. He might stay up for, oh, he's looking down now. His eyes moved.
See, man, with 2 marks needed and 2 darts in your hand, you can miss and hit single there and still keep control. Now, of course, he hit the triple 20, so who am I to say that was the wrong move, right? But it can be riskier that way.
When you hit that first dart triple, the 2 marks to close make a lot more sense. That only works if he hit the triple the second dart, which he did.
Look at this. He's going for the kill shot here. Double bowl.
Oh, I respect that shot a lot, as he's basically kind of locked in this leg here and is going to keep it a tied series.
Look how insane this is. He has a huge advantage in this leg, and he's throwing a 4-3-1 to Johnny's 4-1-3. Like, that's how close those averages are. Mm-hmm. And then it does not tell a story of how far away this leg is.
That 0.2 difference in their cricket averages is showing on one of these longer legs.
Well, there you go. Steve Deicher gets it done. And guess what, guys? We're back to all square. This has to go the distance, right?
If it doesn't, I would be shocked. Like, eat my left shoe shocked. I truly do believe that these players are going to keep going here, because no one really wants to give an inch. Ryan Dennis saying it was a great match, got the win with a little shock bra emoji, I believe is what that's called. Randy shot great.
Look at that. Speaking of shooting great, boom goes the dynamite. Johnny Lackey starts it off with a 1080, which in cricket is a 120 plus the close. And Steve is already piled in some 9 marks on the 19s and 17s. So you know he's going to love being down there at the bottom of the board.
Johnny's, I feel like that's the first time in a while where he's kind of really got a comfortable start. I feel like a couple he's been a little dicey, and right now he's just cruising along here as he's going to do, almost back-to-back 9 marks.
I'd call this a comfortable start, that's for sure.
For sure.
John Edwards brings up a great point, said pointing on the bigger number, talking about the last leg. And yep, having the 20s and control of the 20s is huge in cricket. It just is so much of an advantage when you're pointing 20s versus someone else pointing the 16s. It's a 12-point advantage every dart if you're hitting triples.
It adds up.
And look at
real
this.
quick.
Well, Johnny's hitting triples, that's for sure. Wow. What a leg here for Johnny Lackey. That is why it is so dangerous to go to a last leg decider in the CSC Challenger Series.
Oh, you want to make sure you don't give up any legs. Those legs where someone takes it back on the bull, you're going to kick yourself later, because these matches have been close and going, like when you're on stream, everyone keeps going almost all the way. The biggest difference we saw was maybe 9-4. The rest are usually in like the 9-6s, 9-7s, 9-8s.
Johnny Lackey is marching through this leg. We're in round 3, and he has 2 bulls remaining. Round 4, he has 2 bulls remaining. And Steve might have the point lead here in just a second. He does!
Just doesn't stop.
Oh my gosh, guys, can I remind you, this is a loser's side match. Like, one of these guys, unfortunately, is going to be out of the CSC Challenger Series Division 1 in just probably 45 minutes or so. And that is so crazy. As we go to 6-5, Johnny Lackey throws a 6.20. I mean, almost seemingly out of nowhere. And hi, I'm back. Welcome to the show. Johnny Lackey's here.
That was the first time where I feel like we watched a clear-cut, you're just getting kicked around type leg. Other than there was that one other leg where we saw Steve shoot a 6 to Johnny's 3.
That was in leg 4.
That was leg 4.
So it's been a while.
It's been a while, but like those are the only 2 instances where it wasn't a close fought match. Like normally when these players are shooting well, they're both throwing well.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you. Look, Johnny just threw a 3 in that round, and I'm happy with that as a dart player. And that's how different like this is compared to an average dart player. If you've never picked up a dart before, I'm telling you, you don't know how hard this is. It looks way easier than it is, and these guys do not help that make it look any harder. This is such a difficult sport, and these guys make it look like it's nothing.
You know, someone else that we had on stream not too long ago made it look really easy on the dartboard, where it was Ram Guevara's match, where we were watching him and he was looking real comfortable. But after looking at the bracket update here, Leonard Gates comes out on top against Ram Guevara as our first one of the King Seat matches logged in.
And boom goes the dynamite. Johnny Lackey gets right back in this. They're both throwing a 5, 6, 7 in this one. Oh my gosh.
I like Josh Cunningham's comment here. Great job answering all these questions tonight. Here's one. Board says 7-5 question mark. LO, just kidding. To those that didn't hear the explanation earlier, that does count the diddle, which is how they decide who goes first, as one of the legs. So 6-5 is actually going to be the correct scoreline of cricket legs played.
My goodness. I'm telling you right now, this jersey for me does me no favors because I have to zip it up all the way to make the tie look good. And I'm sweating watching these darts. This is so good.
I would show the camera because you are telling the truth, but I don't want anybody to miss these darts right now.
Right. I don't want them to miss it either. I don't want to miss it. Don't show my face. I guess my head, top of my head. This is insane, guys. I say this every week, and every week I'm like, all right, you got to calm down because you see this is insane every time. But every single week, this gets better and better and better. What do we do? You know, what do you do at a certain point?
Well, at this point, I feel like every time you watch one of these matches, it takes like a year off my life because of all the adrenaline pumping through my body. You'll see me in the background, and people like Sean will always make fun of me because I'll be like waving and reacting in the background. But I'm full blown having reactions to this match because it's for me. I'm like, I'm the kid watching the game. So,
right. I mean, we are too. That's the funny part. Is I actually caught myself watching Will's stream with the sound off, talking like as the darts were going, and like people were literally like looking at me like, "You're doing that. You're doing commentary. Stop that." And I can't help it. Like, it's how I watch darts now. It's the most annoying thing in the world for everyone, including myself. So I would be doing this if I didn't have this position. I thank you so much for calling me and allowing me to do this with you. It's been an absolute ride, and this has been phenomenal. Look at this. I mean, these guys aren't missing. They're not missing. He's like, trip 20, I guess. Why not?
Which is a really
Blocked
risky
myself.
dart in this situation. We'll see how Steve's able to capitalize here.
Can you do me a favor? Can you refresh my stream here in just a second?
Absolutely, I can.
And wow, what darts there! I didn't see him. That's why I just made that up. He
Johnny
did get the close
Lackey,
and a pull.
Exactly. Johnny does not have winning darts in hand, right? If my master. Oh no, he doesn't even double on this last dart here. Oh my god! He almost hit it.
Oh, what is
Holy.
happening?
What is that? Oh,
Listen, that's
oh no.
that's just the 6 mark that almost was. Like, how does that almost happen? Johnny Lackey almost just robbed, literally robbed, like ripped through the screen, robbed Steve of that leg, and like said, "Thank you. I'm going to go up 7-5, and we're no longer tied." But instead, he just gets a single bull on the last one, thus making us not go completely insane. And it is now a tie ball game again, guys.
This is just incredible. I'm speechless after watching that, knowing that neither of these players are going to give up. This is going to be a long night ahead of us, and I don't want it to be anywhere near over. Keep it going.
Yeah, I hope this continues for the next. Just keep going, guys. It's 11 o'clock my time. I'll go to sleep tomorrow. I don't care. Josh Cunningham has the best line of the night. CSC Challenger ruined my marriage. That's how good these matches are.
That's actually going to be on the website. Next time you refresh it, it's going to say CSC Challenger ruins marriages and gives you kids.
Yep, there you go. We're just adding to our tagline is all we're doing.
Boom goes the janitor. Or broom goes the janitor? All right, but anyways.
It was broom goes the janitor, and
Bada
it was
bing,
just
bada
okay.
Boom. Yeah, it's fine.
And a 7 mark there for the Wisconsin Knight. Mr. Steve Deicher, Scuba Steve, had bouts of just literally burning the house down. Well, not, I guess figuratively burning the house down. And then you have Johnny Lackey doing the exact same thing. And at the same time, all of these legs have been ridiculously close. And that doesn't even include the one leg that went in all 20 rounds. And both these guys over 1,600 points.
Yeah, this match has never gotten more than 2 legs away from anybody. With both these players holding leads at different points, you really don't know what's going to happen. And there's some nights where we're watching darts and we're enjoying them. And then there's other nights like this where we're sitting up in our chairs and we are enthralled by what's happening.
Yeah, this is crazy. And you guys watching it at work, that's amazing. We are happy that we get to bring you that entertainment as Steve Deicher gets a boom goes the Wisconsin Knight. Another one for Scuba Steve. My goodness. My voice is just getting warmed up, so let's keep them rolling.
Oh, you're getting loosened up right now? You're ready to go?
Well, I mean, are we up to 20 yet? Was that number 19 or number 20?
I think that was 19, I believe.
I should be warmed up by now, you would think.
You would hope so. This is...
Look at a 6.6 to a 4.6. If I'm throwing a 4.6 and getting whooped in the leg, I'm quitting darts. Like, that's where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
And instead, Johnny Lackey's just going to raise his average up to a 5 now and say, let's see if that works.
Yeah, let's turn up a little bit more on this gas stove here until the flame burns out.
I'm fully expecting a 5 mark here for Steve. Only a 3.
This is Johnny's last chance to hit into this leg, really.
Yeah, but even a 9 mark on the 15s doesn't give him control. It just puts him in there, and he does not get that accomplished. Only a 2 mark. That will pretty much do in this leg. Whew. Josh goes, if we hit 30 booms, we go streaking through the quad. You probably have no idea what that reference is to. Sorry, Josh. He's new to this
Animal
watching
House?
movies thing. Oh, my gosh. Just leave. Just leave now. You've never seen Old School?
Oh, you know what? I've heard. Yeah, it was like one of those vintage movies, right, from like the 90s.
Oh my gosh!
Just a joke. I do know. I have seen it before. It's been a long time. You're my boy, Blue. That's where that one's from, right?
Wow. Well done, sir. You regained a sense of of respect. It's barely there, but we'll see.
I like how when I'm not commentating, Sean and Will are like, Nick's doing such a good job and we're really proud of him. And then whenever I am commentating, it's like, you don't get our random references? How dare you?
Well, because you
onto the
pretend.
stage.
No, it's because you pretend like you know the references from behind the scenes because you're laughing at them like you know them. And little do we know that you're just lying to our faces.
I'm not lying to your faces. That's not the case at all. I get excited whenever you guys say funny things, and I play along with the funny ha-has.
Well, Scuba Steve is up 7-6.
He absolutely is.
And that is the second lead for him in the CSC Challenger Series. Yes, he had the lead going to the break, 4-3, and then Johnny came back, winning 2 legs on the spin. Steve tied it back up, then Johnny tied it back up, then Steve tied it back up, and now we start off with a boom goes the dynamite again from Johnny Lackey. The last time he did that, he ended up with a 6.20 in the leg. So Steve better follow up with a nice 7 mark. Only 5. Only a 5.
Mark McFadden, he doesn't get the references. You said it 4 times. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
All right, we're going to focus on the darts, Nick.
Yeah, I'm taking Dan Levine's approach here. You know what? I don't want to make Dan Levine sad because he's just such a nice guy.
Andy Koala, the best friend there is, says, "Let's go scuba. Don't suck this leg." LOL.
Well, I think
and when you have friends like that, who needs enemies? You know.
You really say Animal House Geary and go, all right. We're pivoting back. We're here at the dart stream right here. The CSC Challenger Series Division 1.
The dart stream. Is that what you just called this?
The dart stream. The thing that we're doing, the darts.
All right. Nick's going downhill quick, everybody.
Oh, boy. Don't get me to start singing after all this.
All right. Let's see what the Wisconsinite can do on these 18s. There's 3. He's looking to maybe move over the 20s. Oh, we tried it. Gets 6 of them on the 18s. Regains the point lead and tried to stab out the 20s. We'll see if that comes back to bite him.
Johnny's just crushing those 20s there every time. Dr. Hansom's just comfortable.
I'm telling you, he just keeps moving along. Just keeps going along. And it's almost like a quiet brilliance out of him that he's staying in these legs when Steve keeps doing this back to back to back to back, and all of a sudden Johnny's right there at the end.
If you're looking at it from like a David and Goliath perspective, it looks like whenever you're looking at the average time, Steve seems like he's in control and just kind of dominating. But then Johnny, you see the scoreline, he's a 1 leg difference away, and it doesn't matter. He's still sneaking in his moments here and there.
I'm trying to see what Casey said about our commentary.
He complimented me, and now he's retracting his compliment.
Oh, smart. That's smart, Casey.
Oh,
But
perfect.
I
You
agree.
Yeah, all right. I'm glad you agree.
Well, one of us has to stay on their good side. I'm sorry that you didn't know all these references.
I promise you guys will just tag me on Facebook, send me a message about what I need to research, and I will promptly put it in the background. And while I'm editing and rewatching this glorious stream right here.
Oh no! The Wisconsinite misses the single 20. He misses the heart or the easy dart, and that is going to come back to bite him probably.
Stay there. Yep, 5 marks.
Yep.
That's perfect.
Yeah, so now Steve needs another 2 trip 17s. We'll give him another look at it.
He needs a 7 mark, I believe. Yeah, he does. So
yeah, but he might peek at it anyway now.
Yeah,
there it goes. Gets the old trip for Sing.
No, it's a little bit interesting though, because you really need to either get the close or get a playground open. He gets it open. He needs a little bit more points. He won for.
Oh boy,
is that a double?
I think he did go for the double 17 there, and he got a burp out of it. And I don't know if I like that move.
I don't like it at all because one trip gets him ahead, and he gets away with it here. But if he tripped that first dart to 17, all of a sudden Steve's in control with those other 2 darts. But Johnny gets away. Does need to get a triple again on that 15 to get ahead.
Yeah, you didn't like my one-liner earlier, so I'm not going to repeat it.
One-liner?
But yeah, the The 9/11 thing. That's my one-liner.
No, that
I was
was
trying to
the
tempt you
one.
with.
That
Yeah,
just-
and
and then
you
bring
hated it
again.
so much. You hated it so much. All right, come on. Let's stay with it. Scuba Steve. Only 3. So Johnny now back in control, and this is what I'm talking about, man. He just stays with you and stays with you. He keeps hanging around. Alligator blood, this one. And you probably don't even know that reference either, but Johnny Lackey gets another 6 mark there.
No, I don't get that reference at all. This entire time I'm just like processing. I'm just gonna start saying yes and then just moving on.
Well, I already know that you don't get them, so you're not surprising me anymore.
I'm so sorry.
Steve does not quite set it up the way that he wanted to there, but he does have winning darts if Johnny misses.
Looks like Johnny's going to try to take it home right there, and he does. Johnny Lackey tying it back up 7-7 with a 5-0 to a 4-9 from Steve.
I'm so silly. I said Johnny misses in the same phrase. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, I don't know what you were watching, but it's fine.
7-7, guys. Chris Martz, Brent Peters, you guys get it. No tell you gets it.
I like how the chat's very quick to be like, no, Nick, we understand the reference. It's a you problem.
Yeah, definitely. We already knew that, though.
For sure.
Steve only gets 3 of them. 110%. Not going to like that start.
Well, 111% that Johnny finds these 19s here and pounds out with another 9 mark. Bada bing, bada boom goes the dynamite for Johnny Lackey there.
I got no words for you anymore.
Oh, man. I'm getting fired after this. It's been a good run, everybody.
Oh, goodness great. I'm getting a raise, so thank you for that.
I just
Johnny's...
I just want to shout out Matt. Not gonna butcher the last name here. I have to get my phone charger. I don't want to miss the action. That's right. This match is not over yet. We're 7-7 in a race to 9 series right here. Plug in your phones. Tell your friends. Wake up the kids. Whoever you need to get. Watch this stream right now because these players are going all the way.
But don't wake up your kids. You leave them asleep.
Wake up Sean's kids.
Definitely don't wake up my kids. My wife will kill me.
I wouldn't do that to Megan. I like Megan. She's pretty nice.
She's pretty awesome.
Just bring back the neighbors comment from Brent Peters.
Oh boy. And Steve steps up. We've forgotten all about the neighbors comment at this point. There's already been way worse.
Oh.
And there's a trip on the second one. Will he look down? He does not. Stays right there on the 18s. Gets 5 of them. And staying in this leg. This is one of those... Man, talk about a huge leg this one is. 7-7. The winner will have winning match darts if they just break the throw in the next leg. So anything can go here.
Both of these players are going to feel very ecstatic. Whoever wins it is going to feel very ecstatic after coming out of this match. But then to know that Rick Hines is in the next rounds. I mean, how tough is this bracket in your opinion? Because I know... For a fact, if I won this and realized I had to play another top tier shot in the next rounds, it's just demoralizing almost.
I mean, and Rick is one of the top 5 averages in the entire CSC Division 1. So the match next week is just going to be ridiculous again. And these guys are going to have to raise their averages even more because Rick Hines is going to be an absolute brutal opponent for whoever wins this one, no matter what the final score is here. But it's a shame that one of these players is going to be out in 20 minutes.
Oh, we're putting a timer on it now. It's
about 20 minutes.
Johnny's really kind of picking up these last few legs. He doesn't want to go home yet. I know he needs to win this tournament to be able to pay for all of his hair care products. And his gym equipment too. But Steve kind of cooling off these last few legs here, but still hanging in this leg.
Yeah, of course, this is how these guys have been working this entire time. Of just they're silently staying in these legs, and then we're getting out to the end, and it's like, well, we forgot to explain the craziness that's about to occur here, and then it's 5 bowls later, and we're holding our breath. They didn't hit 6.
Steve right here just trying to get some damage on those 16s. Finds the trip on the last start. Not really enough points where he's super comfortable. I mean, you're talking 29-point difference here, so a triple on the 19 or 17 will get Johnny ahead. Of course, he does have to capitalize on that, though.
Well, there's a big trip on the second one. He's going to look at it. The 19, that's what I meant to say. And he gets another one. So 5 marks of the 19s. Did not pull the hero dart and try and go at that 16 on the last one. But with 2 wedges, I'm kind of surprised there.
There's no room for hero darts. I fully agree with staying on the points there, as you know Steve's more than capable of hitting those 7 marks, and you want to be the one that sits on match point after this leg. You're at 7-7, so whoever wins this guarantees that they get to play at least 2 legs. Whoever loses does not get that same guarantee.
And there's another 7 mark. Listen, there's been 21 9 marks. Thank you, Stephanie, for that stat line. And I can't even tell you how many times there's been 6 marks or 7 marks from these guys, but it's been an epic amount of those as well.
Incredible stuff.
I mean, again, I keep going back to that one leg where Johnny Lackey won with over 1,600 points and a 5.6 average in 20 rounds. And you're seeing this from Johnny Lackey right now. He just closes. His nickname should be the closer. It's Johnny the Closer Lackey. I know that, like, Dr. Handsome, and he is gorgeous, but like the closer, he is closing out these legs every time.
With absolute precision on it as well. I mean, even we almost saw Johnny hit a 6 bull out on the other leg. I mean, he knows when it's his last turn up at that board to make it count. And you never really see these players kind of give up at any point. As Johnny takes it there with a 4-8-8, taking it to match point against Steve Deicher here.
Yeah, this one's going to be a big, huge round here for Steve. Can he get us to a last leg decider? If they do, they will diddle to see who starts. Both these guys well attuned to being in matches that are going the distance. Johnny and Steve both are actually under 50% wins for the CSC Challenger Series. So their wins have been close and their losses have been close. They've been right there. As Steve with a great start, though, with the 7 mark.
Well, I just want to give one more reminder to anybody in chat that this is sponsored by A to Z Darts. So if you leave a comment on Facebook on the live feed right now and leave a like or a heart, however you want to react to it as well, you'll automatically be entered in a giveaway for an 8-flight system shaft and flights. So make sure to just leave a little comment on there, because there is a free giveaway, and check out the website. The comment is pinned right up top there with a link where you can check out their 8-flight system.
There you go, guys. A to Z Darts has been huge for us in the CSC Challenger Series this time around. Jen Mounts, hats off. Absolutely wonderful to work with her. She's fantastic.
Absolutely a delight. She's the business monster, as her Facebook says. Speaking of monsters, can we talk about Steve here? He's just rolling right through this leg.
Look, here's what I've been told about these Wisconsinites, is that when their back's against the wall, when they need to pull out an amazing leg of darts, they pull out an amazing leg of darts. And you're seeing it here from Mr. Steve Deicher. Scuba throwing a 6-3-3 in a do-or-die scenario. And, I mean, you can't ask for more from him. He's doing more than you could expect from someone with this type of pressure on them. And he almost hit that 16. That would have been a huge dart.
And Johnny's in some danger zone territory here. I mean, you're down 4 numbers now. You have to not only get the point lead back, but try to close one of these numbers here if possible. That way you have a chance to kind of catch back up. Full control from Steve. We're probably going to a last leg decider here.
Yeah, I mean, it's been shaping up like that the entire match, and this match deserves it, to be quite honest with you. Steve, with that trip 20 in the last one, really kind of gives a little sigh of relief, because that could have reached a danger zone, especially with the closer close behind right now.
Johnny just getting 4 16s there. Again, giving Steve the opportunity. He needs a triple and A number and 2 16s, and he's very happy with his position. So does not find the triple there. Does get the point lead, though. And he's
He doesn't like it.
Hesitation. That was a hesitation right there.
Yeah, he doesn't like it. He doesn't like his options right here, and his option should just be to point, and it was to go for the close for him. I don't know if he'll regret that move in just a minute.
If you're going to throw one at it, you might as well have thrown two at it. That's really what it comes down to, is you're letting this get prolonged a little bit longer. Thankfully, only a 3 mark, but with the way those darts were looking, it could have been a lot more.
Johnny is not closing one of the 4 numbers, which is a huge mistake.
Agreed.
I mean, because if he would have just closed one of those 2 numbers, he right now has control darts. I mean, it was a big mistake from him. It was kind of a big mistake there to go 20s instead of the 19s to start it off, too.
Take the guarantee every single time, because at this point you care about more X's and O's. And now every dart that Steve throws kind of puts Johnny in some danger.
Steve was honestly nice there that he went bulls on that second and third dart, because if I'm Steve, I am pointing that entire round just to ensure that the comeback king does not do something like come back.
Exactly. If you have someone that has been coming back as much as Johnny has, you don't give him an opportunity. Now, granted, he is in a great position here to take this to our decider.
Hey, Nick, let's go to the last leg.
Let's do it, buddy. 4-6-8 for Steve Deicher, 4-2-5 for Johnny Lackey. It is not over yet, everybody.
We have gone 16 legs, and this one deserves a 17th leg. And that is exactly what we're going to get. The Texan, Johnny Dr. Handsome Lackey, 8. Scuba Steve Deicher from Green Bay, Wisconsin, 8. Will the North or the South be victorious in the CSC Division 1 battle? We're about to find out.
I'll place my bet. I'm going with Johnny through and through. Johnny Lackey for the win here. But I'm going to say Steve takes the diddle.
I'm going to give it to Scuba. So there you go.
Now it's truly the North versus the South. All right.
There's Scuba.
To the people that are confused with what's happening, so because these players are playing remotely, they get 3 darts to score as much points as possible. Whoever scores more gets to go first in this final leg. So
those of you that have been with us this whole time will get this joke. That was a much better diddle attempt by Steve.
Absolutely. Ooh, he stayed there.
Johnny Lackey, ladies and gentlemen, gets the start with a 140. You want to talk about a much better diddle. Woo!
That's bold, because you could throw that bull and just get that 5 extra points and you would be calling it a day. But instead he chooses to risk the tie and shoot the 20. And boy, did that pay off for Johnny Lackey.
And here we go, guys. Last leg decider. This is what we have been waiting for this entire time. Steve does a little pound of the fist on the table. That's how much this one means to him, guys. And Johnny, I'm sure, feels the exact same way.
Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. The last leg starting right now. Make sure to comment who you're cheering for, as they need your support, because this is the final leg of tonight's broadcast of the CSC Challenger Series.
Brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts and sponsored by A2ZDarts.com.
I was forgetting something.
No, that was great, bud. Steve, they both start off with 5s. So nothing really doing so far.
This is going to be a battle. That last game nerves affects everybody. You feel the adrenaline, unless you're Johnny Lackey.
Big 7 mark there, and those darts look smooth come out of his hand. See what the Wisconsinite can do to match. He has loved the bottom. He's loved the bottom of the board all night long.
That was some unfortunate placement on the darts on his second dart in particular, caused a deflection there. Not happy with that, as Johnny's, it's up to him to capitalize.
Yeah, he looked down on the first dart, got the trip. He's going to look back down again and does not get either one. Hits a couple of the neighbors up, though. And luckily he got that trip 20, but a little opening here for Steve to get right back in this leg. Needs a big score, though.
We've seen him do it time and time again. I would be surprised if he didn't. Laying right on top of the bed, though, you can see the pressure.
That's rough.
That's probably only like the second time we've ever seen him back off the line.
Yeah, that's a rough first start. He's going to have to move over a little bit, and he's really close to that wall.
He
Oh, wow.
finds a
What a
field goal.
dart.
Oh, tries to send it
That's
through the air mail.
a heck of a 5 mark there, guys. That dart was awesome.
The level of precision that takes for someone watching that doesn't play darts at this level, that's hard. That's incredibly hard to do.
And look at this. He's going to look down. And he gets it this time.
Oh.
Johnny Lackey, a big 7 mark there. Takes the early control, but as we've seen in these heavyweight bouts, it's going to go back and forth in this last leg. Steve,
Such
those
regardless.
gotta hit. There's a good last.
I am honestly speechless at this point because right now Johnny is really in control here of what's going on. He's just going to try to get a little 3 mark close here and progress this game forward. But we know that Steve is a millimeter away from having a completely different story being told, and it's
Right here can
intense.
change everything. He's loved 17s all night long. I just fully expect this. I got so unlucky. That's such an unlucky second dart.
You
Wow.
look at his last 9 darts. If they were all 1 hole off from being the perfect last 9 darts, it's incredible what we're seeing.
Yeah, and you can see how much this means to him. I mean, he's getting visibly upset back there, and Johnny's not closing the door really yet. Steve's expecting that door to be closed when he turns back around, and it's still being left ajar here.
It's what 96 point difference here, and the 20s is the only number your opponent has. It's not over. That's a 9 mark away from taking advantage. But the pressure, that pressure of that last game hits very, very hard. I've been there, and I know every other player has been there at some point where you're just trying to call it a day and you're struggling.
Yep, and here comes. I mean, and look at that. Look at that from Johnny Lackey. Boom goes the dynamite. I can do it for that one. That one was huge. Wow. Johnny Lackey just took complete control out of seemingly nowhere. And Steve, absolute class player this entire CSC Challenger Series match. Hats off to him. He did absolutely fantastic. He really should not be upset by this. I know he's going to be, but he does not need to be. He showed up. He showed out. Mm-hmm. Scuba Steve. Damn you.
As Johnny sets up to try to take this last start here.
And there it is.
Start 4-6-3 for Johnny Lackey, 3-8-6 for Steve.
Look at the emotion. Look at the emotion there from Johnny. Did you see that? I mean, guys, that was so cool.
That's what this is about. I mean, when you walk away from this, you shouldn't say, wow, Steve got robbed or Johnny got lucky or any other version. Then these are 2 guys that were doing something they love and they tried hard all the way through. It was absolutely incredible stuff that we've seen from these players.
Wow. So Johnny Lackey will play Rick Hens next week, and Rick's going to have his hands full with this Texan. I mean, what a heck of a night from Johnny. We saw some crazy high average legs from him. The 6.20 sticks out, of course, but man, gets 3 of the last 4 legs and moves on.
Would you say here, like, we've noticed this time and time again, and I just want to see if you have the same opinion as I do here. A lot of whoever's usually dominating the first half and the second half will start to relax a little bit sometimes, even if it's not a huge lead advantage. Do you feel like it's just such a long format where it's intense for these players and it's hard to stay focused?
I don't think it's that. I think that it's so intense at all times. There's just going to be some legs that are different. It just has worked out in this one. I would say that there was never a clear-cut leader in this. Like, this match has been completely back and forth. The lead changes themselves, there were 4 of them. I mean, this could have gone either way the entire time, and that's what made this match so perfect. It was awesome. Hats off to both these guys. They both raised their game for this, and man, the bottle from both those guys was awesome. It was really cool.
A true master class in sportsmanship from these players and the ability to compete for 2 hours. It's 2 hours and 4 minutes. Sean's airing it out. He was breaking a sweat there. That was some beautiful stuff from 2 top-notch players. I couldn't have been happier to commentate on it with you, Sean.
Man, it was a pleasure to have you here tonight, dude. It was awesome. The match was awesome. It kind of saved it for us, I think, a little bit there in the middle, but we brought it right back at the end. No, it was awesome. I had a great time with you. It's fun to have you on screen with me. I of course miss Will a lot.
Oh,
I'm
we
so
all
happy
do.
I get to see you on Wednesday. But guys, put a comment in there, hit the like to get entered into this raffle. You still got time, but now is the time, as we just witnessed a fantastic ending to a great match. Johnny Lackey gets it done against the Wisconsinite Scuba Steve. I mean, it was a fantastic match.
Through and through, I could not have been happier watching that. And I know there's a lot of Wisconsinites in chats that are a little sad that their boy didn't take it. I promise you, there is plenty more Wisconsinites left. As you were watching the CSC Challenger Series Division 1, it plays every Monday, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. You'll see us again on Wednesday here for Division 2, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern, as we have a great match lined up. Do you want to tell us about it, Sean?
I have no idea who is on stream on Wednesday, so you let
That's
me know.
all right. Hold on, vamp for 1 second. I got it.
Ah,
I was hoping you had that one.
I didn't look that part up. That's the one stat I didn't look up tonight, and
Did all the
you set
others.
me up perfectly too. It was wonderful. What can we say, guys? What can we say? Who is it?
I believe it's not actually locked in yet, but I do remember there was a rumor about who it could be here. I believe it is going to be drum rolls, everybody, as I am
He's making this up on the spot,
making
guys.
this up. Have no idea. We'll find out on Wednesday, everybody. When you see the post, that's when we'll know.
Yeah, guys, it has been an absolute pleasure. The chat, you guys have been awesome. We appreciate all of you. Sean Green, To The Point Streaming, with the great Nick Teixeira, Partners Promoting Darts. It was awesome, guys. Have a wonderful night, and we will see you on Wednesday for Division 2.
Remember, don't eat the yellow dart.